A mother and her boyfriend are behind bars tonight, charged with the brutal abuse of a 6-year-old.
Clayton County police say the little boy spent days without medical attention and has severe injuries. Fox 5's Eric Perry was the only reporter there as the child's mother was taken to jail.
This is a story that has even angered Clayton County police and investigators. They let Portia Wells out of this door into a patrol car off to jail while her 6-year-old son fights for his life in a hospital.
Is there anything you would like to say? Nothing at all?
Complete silence from a handcuffed Portia Wells as Clayton County police escort her out of the police department into a patrol car and off to jail. Wells and her boyfriend, Napoleon Aids, face several charges in the abuse of a 6-year-old.
He was punching the 6-year-old like he was a grown man.
Julia Isaac with Clayton County police say they initially got the call to a Metro Atlanta hospital as the child was unresponsive and unconscious, brought in by his mother.
Napoleon Aids believed that the 6-year-old stole $80 from him and gave it to his roommate.
Police believe that was Sunday and say the child was severely beaten for days until his mom took him to the hospital Tuesday. Wells initially told police she wasn't there during the time of the assault, but say she changed her story and stood by as her child was beaten.
She went about her daily life. She went to work. She went and got her nails did. Horrible what this baby had to endure.
Wells and Aids face several child cruelty and battery charges. Wells has an additional charge of lying to police. As for the 6-year-old, he needs your prayers.
The 6-year-old is currently suffering from a brain bleed, a blood clot to the lung, several broken bones.
And there is yet another person impacted by all of this. I'm told Portia Wells had another child, an 8-year-old inside of that house, who's now been handed over to the state. In Clayton County, I'm Eric Perry.
The couple that's facing unthinkable accusations of child abuse as a 6-year-old Clayton County boy fights for his life.
His own mother accused of standing by while her boyfriend allegedly beat the child unconscious. These are the faces of the couple now in custody. Atlanta News First reporter Zach Summers is live at Scottish Rite Hospital in Atlanta. And Zach, you learned this may not have been the first instance of abuse.
Yeah, court documents reveal Napoleon Aids had prior warrants out of Forest Park for a January incident where he is said to have thrown this child against a vanity, severely injuring him then. However, he was never arrested. It was in this house off Old Rock Cut Road in Clayton County. Investigators say Napoleon Aids beat a little boy so bad the child is clinging to life. His mother, Portia Wells, accused of doing nothing to stop the abuse or to help her son.
It makes me angry. It makes me very angry.
Aids and Wells, an on and off again couple of 3 years, currently in the Clayton County Jail, facing several charges related to the abuse of Wells' 6-year-old son. According to arrest warrants, Aids used his fist and a belt to beat the child multiple times over the weekend. The most severe abuse allegedly happening Sunday when Aids accused the boy of stealing $80 from him. Cortisha Oxford lives 2 doors down and has 2 young children.
You a grown man with no restraint, and your only way to deal with what you have going on in your mind is to beat a child.
Police say despite knowing her son was in grave condition, Wells continued her daily routine for 2 days, that she even got her nails done. It wasn't until early Tuesday morning, court documents reveal Wells tried reviving her son with a cold bath. She eventually took the boy to the hospital.
This is somebody's life, and when you have children, I understand, you still want to be mom, you still want to have fun, you still want to have a life. But at what cost? The child, hopefully he makes it, is going to need therapy, physical, mental, and somebody that actually loves him.
Yeah, the child, who's still listed in critical condition, suffered a brain bleed, blood clot in the lungs, broken bones, and severe bruising. We reached out to Forest Park Police to understand why Aids was never arrested for that January incident. The department has not responded to our inquiry. Meanwhile, Aids and Wells are due back in court on June 26th. We're live in Sandy Springs. Zach Summers.
Tonight with the merciless beating of a 6-year-old boy allegedly at the hands of his mother's boyfriend. This is exclusive video of police taking his mother, Portia Wells, to jail. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Wells and her boyfriend, Napoleon Eights, both face multiple child cruelty and battery charges. Fox 5's Brittany Edney is live outside the Clayton County Magistrate Court with new details. And Brittany, one of them is able to post bail.
Yeah, Courtney, that's right. Within the past 24 to 48 hours, both Eights and Wells have gone before a Clayton County Magistrate Court judge. For Wells, she was denied bond based on those charges. But as for Eights, he has that option available, although there are certain conditions included.
Therefore, your total bond is $6,500. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
A Clayton County judge tells 36-year-old Napoleon Eights that if he's able to post bail, he must stay away from the 6-year-old boy he's accused of severely beating.
Okay, well, there's a no contact, which means you must stay away, absolutely, directly, indirectly.
And he also cannot return to the home of his girlfriend, 33-year-old Portia Wells.
So you're prohibited from returning to the incident location.
Investigators say Eights accused the child of stealing money over the weekend and then severely beat him for days as his mother stood by and watched. The little boy is in the hospital fighting for his life. Police say the beatings left him with broken bones, blood clots in the lungs, severe bruising, and bleeding on the brain. Wells appeared before a judge late Thursday morning who detailed the charges.
Cruel or excessive physical or mental pain by allowing her boyfriend, Napoleon Eights, to excessively cause physical harm to the victim with an alleged belt and hands.
Due to the charges, the judge denied bond. Investigators detail how Wells not only didn't help her son, but casually went about her daily life while the boy needed medical help.
She went about her daily life. She went to work. She went and got her nails did. Horrible what this baby had to endure.
And Wells also faces an additional charge of lying to police. She allegedly told investigators in the beginning that she was not even there when these beatings took place. Then allegedly she switched her story back and said that she was there, she just didn't step in. Reporting live in Clayton County, I'm Brittany Edney, Fox 5 News.
Brittany, thanks.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, starting off at verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. Because to every purpose there is time and judgment. Therefore the misery of man is great upon him. Kol holayim la, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak, Radash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing. And as we know and as we see, man, a lot of our people are not attempting to acknowledge and keep the commandments of the Holy Scriptures, of our book, of our history, of our heritage, our culture, our inheritance, man. A wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. And 2/3 of our people and some of these Israelites that claim and profess to be in the truth are not wise. They can't discern from good and evil, from the times and from righteous and balanced judgment. Okay. But to every purpose there is time. Okay. So the Lord does everything on his purpose, his pleasure, his will. Okay. Nothing is done by an accident. It's not a coincidence. It's all calculated. It's all predestinated by Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. But to every purpose there is time and judgment. And, you know, this is a very, very sad situation to be seeing with our eyes and to witness. But at the end of the day, as we always say and state, we don't know what these spirits have done in their prior lives to receive these judgments in this life. Okay? We don't know. But everything that the Lord do, again, is righteous and balanced altogether. Therefore, the misery of man is great upon him. And for this 6-year-old child to go through this torment, this torture, this is misery placed upon him by Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? And again, we don't know with these spirits that come back in this life to receive these type of judgments that are placed upon them by Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. But we know that this captivity does what? It uplifts, puts the woman on a pedestal, gives the woman liberty, freedoms to gad abroad, to do what they will. Okay, it's all about their pleasure, their embracement of life, and abasing and not embracing their natural nature as mothers, and really, want to live that hot girl summer, single life mentality and physical, So let's grab this real quick. This is the book of Job. Bear with me. This is the book of Job. It's the book of Job, chapter 14, starting off at verse 1. Man that is born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble. And this is a prime example of a man born of a wicked, abominable, unruly, unbalanced, selfish ass nigger woman. Okay? A savage, a true, unconsiderate human being, man, that should not ever have children. And also, too, Salaki, I don't want to be long-winded, but this has to be said. This is also evidence to show you that the men of our nation have no morals, no standards, no respect at all for themselves. And obviously this dude is a complete piece of shit. Okay, this guy that committed these cruel acts against his child, which again, it's of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai at the end of the day, man. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it is what it is. But this guy has no morals. This is what Jake chooses to sleep with, man. This woman has a damn butt in front of her, man. Okay, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just, showing the obvious, man. This is what Jake chooses, man. Jake has no shame in his game, man. He'll lay with anything. Job 14, verse 1. Man that is born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble. And this child was full of trouble because he was born of this woman. And obviously, we don't know where the father is of this child. But, the man that she chooses to be with is bringing trouble upon this child, man. Is literally abusing this child, man. He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow and continueth not. And that's what's happening to this child, man. This child bloomed up out of this woman as a flower, to be nurtured, to grow, to increase in this world, to be enlightened with Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay? But that didn't happen. The Lord had a different path for this child. And, whatever the outcome be, let the will of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai be done. But, with this child is cut down, is being cut down by the man, and obviously by the men that his mother chooses, man, which is causing him misery, causing him affliction, man. Okay, to make him be cast down as a shadow. Okay, and what happens with the shadow when that sun goes down, when night falls? That shadow disappears. So right now, this kid is literally in that stage right now in the hospital fighting for his life as a shadow, man. Okay? Is the Lord going to, put life back in this child? Or is the Lord going to cast this child away as a shadow when the sun go down? Okay? So let's continue. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Because this is what we have to deal with amongst our nation, man. And this is what, you women, I'm pretty sure you're going to have women on the comment boards of these videos from the news channel, okay, on YouTube, basically, defending this beast, man. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 3, and I'm gonna read verse 12, and it reads this: As for the people, as for my people, children are their oppressors, okay? And those children is talking about the nation of the Edomites, okay? Okay, because Esau is as a child. He acts like a child. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Okay, because we know when we see statistics and data has shown that a man, okay, not just any goddamn man, this also proves right here that the children need the actual father, not no goddamn substitute. Okay, because even with the substitute, a man, a stepfather, as they say, a placeholder, the child can still come out fucked up. And to be honest with you, I don't give a goddamn how good-hearted the man is, how good he is, and how sincere and everything else he is. The man is not going to have that unconditional love for the child as their father. And, you know, and I'm not talking about the fathers that don't want to be there, the fathers that don't give a shit. I'm talking about the fathers that actually care about their kids, man. Women rule over them. O my people, which lead them, cause thee to error and destroy the way of thy paths. And this is what we see, man. Because women are ruling over the household, ruling over the children, so which are causing them to be led to destruction. Okay? Let's read that in the Good News Translation real quick. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. Money lenders oppress my people. And who are the money lenders? Okay? The you-wish people. Okay? Money lenders oppress my people, and their creditors cheat them. My people, your leaders, okay, which are the women, okay, going back to the King James Version, your leaders, okay, because the women are exalted and put on the pedestal and told that you should lead and the men should submit to you. My people, your leaders are misleading you, okay, because again, women don't go off of logic, they go off emotions, okay, and if you just sit back and look at these women in this society, okay. And I'm not talking about you sisters in the truth. You should know that by now. Okay, I'm talking about the women of this world, the 2/3 of our women. The women of our nation, the 2/3, are big ass kids, man. Just sit back and just look and just observe and put the examples of what they do to the examples of children. Okay? My people, your leaders are misleading you so that you do not know which way to turn. And that's correct, man. Okay, because what they do, they cleave onto the customs, the philosophies, the instructions of this world, which is vain, which is a void, which leads you to destruction, to death, man, which leads you to be wicked and also to prosper and to elevate in wickedness, man. Okay, as we see, man. Okay, so let's jump to Job. Let's jump back to Job real quick. It's the book of Job, chapter 39. I'm going to start off at verse 13. Givest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth, and warmeth them in the dust. And she left her young ones to be consumed and beaten and abused by a mental piece of shit Israelite, man. A man that has no restraint, no logic, no anything, man. Just not even a man, okay? A goddamn, not even a demon. I can't even call him a demon. Just a goddamn savage, man. A nigga, a fake thug, man. Okay? And forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beasts may break them. And that's what we see, man. A foot of a wild beast crushing and beating this little boy, man. Okay, a wild animal, a fake thug, man. A no good piece of shit nigga, man. Literally beat this little boy to be unconscious, man. To have a blood clot in his lungs, to have his brain bleeding, to have bones broken, to be unconscious, to basically be dead, man. She left her child, man, to go get her nails and her funky ass feet done, man. To go about her everyday life. I think she might have went to work too, man. And just left the child there fucking dying, man. But this is what we have to deal with, man. This is what we have to deal with, man. Continuing on, verse 16. She is hardened against her young ones as though they were not hers. She didn't give a fuck about her son, man. Didn't give a care in the world about her son, man. To leave her son home with a fucking criminal, man. A fake thug. A nigga that basically tried to beat the life out of her kid, man. And this is what you wicked bitches to take up for, man. She is hardened against her young ones as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear. Everything that she do is in vain. And no fear. To sit right there and let this continue to go on for days, man. And then they had the nerve to pick up the child to have almost be damn near dead. And to put it in a bathtub full of ice, man, just to wake him up. Man, may Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai judge you wicked 2/3 Israelites quickly and swiftly, man. And may he make you feel every second of your judgment, man. This is just wicked, man. Jump to Lamentations real quick, man. I'm about to end this, man, because I'm getting pissed off, man. I'm getting pissed off, man. Lamentations chapter 4, starting off at verse 2. The precious sons of Zion, man, the young men of Israel are precious, man. That's how our lineage, our seed, our nations continue through the men. And this is how you treat the men of Israel, man, that come out of your womb, man. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold. How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter? Man, the sons of Zion are gods. Made in the image of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, man. And this is what we have to go through. Okay, and this is the punishments we have to endure, man. But do you think that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to let you get away with it? Hell no, man. Even the sea monsters draw out the breasts. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness, man. And this is what we see, man. Okay? And her son needed help. Needed somebody to come save him. Needed his mother to be a mother to stop this from going on. Needed his mother to have some goddamn sense in choosing the right men to be with, man. And you just let this man beat on this child, man. And oh yeah, man, look, man, the man's not exempt, man. The man's not exempt. So don't think I'm just gonna sit right here and battering her. Nobody's exempt, man. Okay? The tongue of the sucking child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst. So this kid's tongue was cleaving to his mouth, probably begging and asking and pleading for his mama or his sibling to help him, man. To stop this nigga from beating on him, man. But where was she at? Where was this bitch at? Getting her fucking nails done, man. The young children asked bread. In this aspect, he was asking for help. And no man breaketh it unto them. Man, I can't, man. I'm gonna read one more scripture, man. I can't even go any further, man. I'm gonna read one more scripture, man. I'm pissed, man. I'm gonna read one more scripture, and I'm gonna leave it right there, man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, in the Good News Translation. And I'm gonna read verse 16. While they look on hopelessly, Salakia, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 16 in the Good News Translation. While they look on helplessly, their babies will be battered to death. Did you hear that? While they look on helplessly, their babies will be battered to death. And that's what we see in this, man. A woman who wasn't helplessly looking, she didn't give a shit. She didn't give a fuck. She didn't care about what was happening to her child. She condoned it. She probably cheered this nigga on when he was doing it. Probably taunting her child while he was doing it. And he was getting what? Battered to death, beaten to death by a grown-ass man hitting him like he was another grown-ass man, man. I hate this fucking place, man. I hate it, man. And I hope Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, judge you wicked motherfuckers, man. Kohol Ayim La, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Radash, Wa, Thawada, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Radash, for putting the spirit on me, my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, brothers on down for doing these epistles to edify, to warn you, to inform you, to uplift you through the spirit and power and words of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. May the blessing and election and the protection be upon you and your household. And may Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, destroy you wicked motherfuckers of Israel, man. I'm tired of seeing this shit like this, man. But guess what? It's going to get worse. So guess what? Let the will of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai be done. Shalom.